It is Wednesday, September 2. Welcome to CGN News. Trinidad and Tobago announced the start of the new school year in the era of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, which plans for students to stay away from school buildings and not have to encounter face-to-face classes. Education officials told the CMC that classes will officially start next week. Education Minister Dr. Nyan Gatsby-Dolly urged students to be disciplined and stay committed to home-based learning. She acknowledged, however, that the new methods for learning may be a bit difficult. Schools were closed in March after Trinidad and Tobago registered the first cases of the coronavirus COVID-19, and the government instated a lockdown of the country in a bid to stem the flow of the virus. U.S. hotel chain Marriott International wrapped up its operations in Cuba on Tuesday as a result of the pressure being applied by Trump's administration. According to the Reporter newsletter, the withdrawal materialized on Tuesday as additional sanctions were applied against Havana following action which began in June 2019. The company's director of communication for Latin America and the Caribbean told the press that the 4 Points by Sheraton in Havana will no longer be operating. That was the only hotel run by a U.S. company in Cuba. In a CGN follow-up, Jamaican footballer Deshaun Tucker Stanton, who fell into a coma while admitted at the intensive care unit at Mount St. John's Medical Center in Antigua, succumbed to his illness last Wednesday. Stanton's family had been trying feverishly to raise the needed funds to have him transported via air ambulance to Jamaica for urgent medical treatment. His sister Pashik Thompson told the Star that a candlelight vigil will be held for him on Friday in Danvers Pen, St. Thomas. Newly appointed Deputy Speaker of Guyana's National Assembly, Lennox Schumann, dismissed the walkout by his fellow opposition parliamentarians as an act of showmanship. The coalition walked out of Tuesday's sitting of the National Assembly after Schumann, the leader of the Liberty and Justice Party, secured the majority votes, beating Raphael Trotman, chairman of the Alliance for Change. Trotman was nominated by Cathy Hughes, who says this goes against a long-standing tradition and convention that the Deputy Speaker position goes to an opposition parliamentarian. She slammed Schumann for accepting the post, saying that she does not believe he will look out for the interest of the opposition while he also works as an advisor for the government. Schumann, a former indigenous chief, told the newsroom Guyana that in his capacity as Deputy Speaker, he does not represent any side of the House. He said his position is apolitical and he intends to act with neutrality. Federal authorities announced Tuesday that they seized $27 million in undeclared cash aboard a ship bound for the U.S. Virgin Islands, the largest seizure ever in the region. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection said a dog inspecting cargo on Saturday aboard a ship docked in Puerto Rico alerted agents to the money found inside home-moving boxes destined for St. Thomas UVI. The Associated Press said no one has been arrested. The United States law enforcement authorities say they have seized 225 kilograms of cocaine and detained 3 people during an operation in the Caribbean Sea. The U.S. Coast Guard Monday said 2 of the suspected smugglers are Dominican Republic nationals and the other Colombian, while the seized cocaine has an estimated wholesale value of $6 million. The interdiction, the CMC reports, is the result of an international multi-agency law enforcement effort in support of Operation Unified Resolve, Operation Caribbean Guard, Campaign Martillo, and the Caribbean Corridor Strike Force. Overseas now, over 50 black franchisors in the United States are suing fast food giant McDonald's for racial discrimination. The 52 plaintiffs, who owned around 200 U.S. stores, allege they were forced to sell the locations over the last decade because of McDonald's actions. The suit was filed Tuesday in federal court in Chicago, where McDonald's is based. The plaintiffs are seeking up to $1 billion in damages, as they claim McDonald's has not offered profitable restaurant locations and growth opportunities to black franchisees on the same terms as white franchisees. This belies its public commitment to diversity and black entrepreneurship. McDonald's, for their part, has denied treating black franchisees differently. New York City is delaying the start of its school year by several days to give teachers more time to prepare to have students back in classrooms amid the coronavirus pandemic, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced on Tuesday. In a deal struck with unions representing teachers, staff, and administrators, school reopening will be delayed until September 16. All students will spend the first few days learning from home by computer before in-person instruction begins for some students on September 21. The development comes after de Blasio emphasized for months that the city's 1.1 million public school students need schools to resume in-person instruction after the coronavirus abruptly forced a thorny plunge into remote learning in March. Google users in some countries yesterday saw the image of Jamaican-born physician Dr. Harry Moody on the search engine's homepage. Moody, a Jamaican-born British doctor and founder of the UK's first civil rights movement, is featured on Google Doodle, a temporary alteration of the logo on Google's homepages intended to commemorate holidays and notable historical figures. Born Harold Arundel Moody on October 8, 1882, in the Jamaican capital of Kingston, Moody immigrated to the UK on September 1, 1904 to pursue medical studies at King's College London. While there, Moody faced rampant racism in Edwardian London, which led to him dedicating his life to campaigning for racial equality and advocating against discrimination. Moody got early exposure to the medical field while in secondary school through his work for his father's pharmaceutical business. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.